Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever been scrolling through online casinos, right?
Oh, yeah.
You see dozens, maybe hundreds of different names, flashy websites, different themes, Looky Slots 777, Dragon Vegas, Galaxy
Not
Spins.
looking unique?
Exactly. And you get the feeling of incredible choice. Like the whole internet is lined with unique places to play.
Hmm.
Well, here's where it gets really interesting because based on the sources we've dived into, that abundant choice you feel like you have,
Yeah.
it might largely be an illusion.
It's fascinating, actually. We're uncovering this sort of hidden infrastructure behind a, well, a significant chunk of the online gambling world.
Hidden infrastructure.
Yeah, it's kind of a secret to most players, but many of these sites that look totally distinct, they aren't distinct operations at all.
Not really separate businesses.
No, they are, in fact, deeply connected. Often, they're controlled by just a few parent companies pulling the strings behind the scenes.
Okay, and the key concept here, the sources call it white label casino operations, right?
That's the term, white labeling.
Think of it like, well, the sources use that fast food franchise analogy, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, worked well.
One big company builds the entire core system. They develop or license the games. They build the software platform it all runs on.
Handle the payments?
The payments, the customer support, and crucially, they often hold the necessary gambling licenses.
Exactly. They build the whole engine,
Yeah.
the kitchen, the supply chain, the regulatory permissions, the works.
Right.
Then other businesses or individuals come along, maybe marketing companies, maybe influencers, entrepreneurs,
Okay.
and they essentially lease this entire setup. They just add their own branding, their own skin, maybe pick a specific color scheme and logo,
Slap their name on it.
pretty much. And suddenly, from your perspective as a player, you see Lucky Slot 777. But underneath that distinct look,
It's the same machinery.
it's the same core platform, same games run by the same software, possibly even the same customer support staff answering your questions,
Yeah.
all provided by that single parent platform company.
So wait, you might be clicking between what looks like 5 different casinos, say Lucky Slot 777, Dragon Vegas, and 3 others.
Yeah.
But if they're all white label sites running on the same underlying platform from, let's say, Company X,
Then you're essentially just interacting with different shop windows for the same store.
you're not really exploring different competitors. You're just seeing different paint jobs on the same car.
Exactly. And this isn't just about, like, confusing players with similar games, though that happens.
There's more to it.
Yeah. The sources highlight a really significant implication, especially around those all-important operating licenses.
The legal side.
Right. In many of these white label setups, the individual branded casino site, your Lucky Slot 777, it doesn't hold its own robust license.
It doesn't. How does it operate then?
Instead, they operate under the license held by the parent white label provider.
Okay, so they're sort of piggybacking. What's the big deal with that? Especially if the parent company does have a license.
Well, here's the potential catch. The sources point out that often these white label providers, probably to make it easier and cheaper for their clients to get set up, they acquire licenses in jurisdictions known for being, let's say, less stringent, lighter regulatory oversight.
Less strict rules.
Basically, yeah. The sources specifically mention territories like Curaçao as a common flag for this kind of setup.
Okay, Curaçao. So if the parent company's license is from one of these less regulated places, what does that potentially mean for you, the player?
It means that the safety nets, the recourse you have if something goes wrong, it might be significantly weaker.
Weaker how?
Like if you have a dispute over winnings or you're worried about game fairness or you have issues withdrawing your money,
Right.
the regulatory body overseeing that operation might not have the same power or the resources or even the willingness to really step in effectively compared to regulators in more tightly controlled jurisdictions like, say, the UK or Malta.
So less protection.
It can translate directly to increased risk for you, the player, because the ultimate authority holding the operator accountable just isn't as robust.
Wow. Okay. So that feeling of endless choice is thinner than it looks, and the safety net might be thinner too. What does this all mean practically? What should you, the listener, actually do?
Yeah, the sources give some clear takeaways here. First big one.
Yeah.
Things in this industry just aren't always what they seem on the surface.
Don't judge a book by its cover or a casino by its flashy homepage.
Exactly. The absolutely key actionable advice is look beyond the branding, beyond the bonus offers. You need to do a little digging.
Digging where?
The first place to check is usually right down at the bottom of the website in the footer.
Okay, the small print.
Yep. Look for the licensing information. I'd find the actual name of the company that holds the license and, crucially, where they are registered.
And pay attention, right? Start looking for patterns.
Definitely. As you browse different casinos that might look unique, see if the same company name or the same registration jurisdiction like Curaçao keeps popping up in that footer.
That's a big clue.
It's a strong indicator you might just be looking at different skins running on the same white label platform.
Because, as we discussed, recognizing that potential piggybacking on licenses, especially those from places flagged as less strict.
That's crucial for understanding the level of oversight and, well, the potential risks you're taking on as a player. It tells you something about the real operation.
It really highlights a deeper truth about navigating the online world in general, doesn't it? It's not enough just to engage with the surface level.
No, you really need to understand the underlying structure sometimes.
See what's going on behind the curtain.
Precisely. Don't just play the game that's presented to you. Take that extra moment to understand the foundation it's built upon.
Like something to definitely think about the next time you're faced with what seems like an endless sea of online options.